30 years ago, I was in a car accident which completely wrecked my lower back. And decades later, I can still have days where I can barely get out of bed, let alone play football with my 5-year-old. So if you've had lower back pain, I am so sympathetic to your pain, physically and emotionally. And I know mentally it's the hardest thing to overcome. So I want you to know that I've got your back. This sequence that I'm sharing with you is my own personal 10-minute sequence that I do as often as I can. And in doing so, I'm not on any medication. And like I said, I can have bad days, but generally speaking, I have more better days than bad. If you've had long-term back pain, as I have had, there's no real cure. All you can do is learn how to manage it. And this short sequence is going to help you do just that. And trust me, you really have nothing to lose and so much to gain. My challenge to you is to do this for 30 days because you really need to trust the process and trust the science. After 30 days or after some time of doing this continuously, I am so certain you will feel amazing. You will feel better, you will carry yourself better, and like me, you have the potential now to be a much better dad because you're just going to be in a much better mental place. I've got my stopwatch, so let's start. Start on your hands and knees, and I really want to feel all 5 fingertips making contact with the ground. Breathe in through the nose and then just breathe out. And just relax, just kind of let your spine sink. On your next inhale through the nose, just arch your back. Imagine you're trying to look up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe out of the nose, just tuck in your chin and round into your back. Again, breathe in and arch and breathe out and round. There we go. You might feel a little bit stuck in your lower back, so you can take your hips backwards and move forward. So again, breathe in, lift your chest, and breathe out, round. You can breathe out of the mouth every now and again, but for more consistency, you want to just stay breathing in and out of your nose. Now, from this kind of tabletop position, just bend your spine to one side. So stretching out into the right side of the body, and then switch sides. So now bend to your right, stretching into the left side of the body. That stretches into a pesky muscle called your QL, which along with the external obliques can feel really tight and massively contribute towards lower back pain. So I'm just switching sides and come back. Be conscious to move your spine side to side rather than just moving your hips. You're not Beyonce, just keep your hips where they are. And then come back to center. Take your hands slightly further forward and wide. Look at your hands. You're symmetrical. Tuck in your chin and just come to downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back down onto your knees. Again, just have a little fidget side to side. We're going to do downward facing dog again, really stretching out into the big muscles of our back, which attach to your lower back. There we go. So as I breathe in through the nose, I'm not trying to stretch, I'm just trying to bring oxygen into my lungs. And as I breathe out, drive the hips back, really feel that stretch. Oh man, that feels so nice, and my back just popped as well. Come back down onto your knees. Just another cat-cow, so arch your back and then breathe out round. And what this does is this just reminds your spine of the fact that it can move in these patterns, but you're doing so with very little muscular engagement, so it should feel really nice. And again, side. And if you want to just watch me from that angle, you see how I try to keep my hips where they are, and I just move my spine side to side. And even that gentle movement, I can feel that stretch. Come back to center. I want you to keep your left hand down to the ground and lift your left knee off and slide it away from you. Look forward and lift your right arm off the ground with the thumb facing up. You want your spine to be in a relatively straight line. Slowly slide everything back, and then switch sides. I'm imagining I have a water bottle on my lower back, and I'm not going to let it tip over. And come back. This bird dog exercise is just engaging my core muscles, making sure that they're working effectively to support my lower back. And come back. And again, whenever you feel ready, just flow into your downward facing dog. Just stretch out those lats again. Really, really nice stretch. And come back down. Facing the camera, I'd like you just to come onto your left side, onto your side there. Have your left foot extended, your right leg over the top. When you feel ready, just 20 seconds, push into your left arm and then reach up. Be conscious that you're trying to use your hands as well to really lift up. Resist gravity. There we go. Breathe in and out of the nose. And then slowly come back to a regular plank. And then just switch sides. I'm just going to take my stopwatch with me. You can see from the back now. Lift your hips and really reach up. See, I'm not sinking. I'm using my muscles to resist gravity. There we go. Feel that just above your hip. And you're just improving the efficiency of the core muscles, which are designed to support and protect your lower back. And then slowly come back to center, dropping down onto your knees. When you feel you're ready, coming back to downward facing dog. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out of the nose. Be conscious if you have sciatic pain to keep your knees bent and keep your heels off the ground. So this is how I do downward dog. I wouldn't recommend doing it this way, the kind of fancy female way. That's what I call it. Most of us men aren't designed for that anyway. And come down onto your knees. Just have a little fidget. See if you can keep your mouth closed. Just roll your shoulders around. We're going to come into gate pose, which again stretches into the side of your body, which can feel really restrictive. And we've just worked those muscles, and now they might also need to be reminded that they can stretch as well. Raise your left arm up, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. That felt horrible in my body today. And breathe out. Horrible though in a nice way. You know what I mean? Not trying to do too much. If I was in here with my wife, I'd be super competitive and I'd end up feeling worse afterwards. Luckily, it's just you and me. We've got no one to compete with. So we're just going to move nicely to our breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. My stopwatch. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel that above the hip, under the ribs. It's such a nice stretch. And come back final time. Oxygen in. And breathe out of the nose. Bend to the side, bend to the side, bend to the side. And ease off. Roll your shoulders around. Have a little fidget. And again, coming back to downward dog. So most of this sequence is built around always coming back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, oxygen. If you watch me, exhale, push. Breathe in on a 5 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold your breath and breathe out for 5. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then drop onto your knees. We're going to come into a goddess squat. Sit back there. Your ankle flexibility and your hip flexibility comes into question here. But to be honest, it's more likely just genetic and how your hips are. So if you can't sit down all the way, don't worry. Sit on something, sit on a block, breathe out, and see if you can just round your back. Do you see how rounded my back is? Just there. Breathe in and out. Again, if you're here, it's absolutely fine. Over time, you just want the weight to fall backwards, and hopefully your weight ends up falling onto a brick or a block. Just there. You don't spend very long here, and then you just come back. We're not overstretching, we're not spending too long in any of the poses, we're just trying to move our body. So you can see how I come back to center. I just move side to side once again. And you're going to finish off in Sphinx pose. Just lie down just like this. See how your back feels. If your back feels okay, you can lift up a little bit more. Now I have to be careful because generally speaking, this is my pain trigger. I'm not very good in what's called spinal extension or back bending. This can trigger my lower back pain. So I'm just being gentle. You can see that I'm always fidgeting, moving my hips side to side. I just don't want to feel like I'm a robot. Just hold it there. Breathe in and out of the nose. Just keep track of time. Bend into my knees, and final time, downward facing dog. This time on a 6 count. Breathe in for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold your breath. And a 6 count exhale out of your nose. Push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And ease off.